Hello, what's up? What it do, so fam? Welcome to Readings by Canam Witchery. I am Kat Nicoletta Monroe, for those of y'all who may not know. I'm really looking forward to this particular reading. At the point of me recording this, it is still just the beginning of a new year. And while majority of us are stuck somewhere between resolutions and rumination, I thought this here would be a really great opportunity for you to jump into the future. Get the advice that you require right here and right now to help you on your way. Now remember, soul fam, the only one that can channel through your higher self, your future self, is you. So this is just for funsies, although I do have the intention to offer whoever it is that picks whichever pile, whatever it is that they need, just only ever take what is for you. Leave the rest for another soul fam. And if you want something precise and concise just for you, canamwitchery.com is the only place you could book with me. And if you're seeing this in January 2026, I currently have a month-long promo on all of my psychic readings, whether you want an intuitive reading, a mediumship reading, maybe you even want to learn some psychic abilities yourself, because I do have a one-on-one psychic training. All of that is discounted. 26% off all month long. Use the code NEW26 while you're checking out and it will apply. And of course, if this is beyond January 2026 that you're seeing this, my bad, but check out canamwitchery.com. Maybe there's some current deals going on right now too. All right, so here we have 4 piles before us. Woo, nice little dinners. You know, I thought it would be cute because we're meeting with our future self. You know? When we proceed to the other side and into your reading, I'm going to channel through your present self. Just whatever comes up intuitively to learn if this is in fact your pile, or if it's a situation that you're dealing with, or maybe it's a past version of yourself as well. And this is an interesting kind of middle point. So that will determine whether or not this is your pile for you to proceed. We're going to then dive into what these messages are here, but yet not before we tap into the timeline of your future self. When are they coming from? So we're going to pull a variety of different timelines here. Again, remembering that this is a collective reading. Dive into the individual cards here. I pulled 8 cards each. Majority of these cards I did not see. I prefer it that way. And when I say majority, I mean like if one flipped over, I mean c'est la vie, but I also long forgot them by now, believe me. After this nice little sit down, channeled messages from your future self, we're going to pull a bunch of oracle. We're going to get some further insight, further advice, and more love from, well, you. I think that's pretty cool. So thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. Go ahead, pick your pile. No need to overthink it, okay? You probably already know. Maybe there's multiple. Maybe all of them are calling out to you. Trust your gut on this one. Maybe you're not able to keep your eyes off of a pile or two. Maybe you keep hearing a number repeating in your mind. Or you just know that behind this particular pile or piles lie the insight that you're seeking right here and right now. So take a nice deep breath in, out, choose your pile, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, what's up? What it do? Pile number 1. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today and your future self. I gotta say, for whatever reason, and this is me already channeling into your present self, so by the way, if you want the scoop on how this reading is going to play out, please just check out the overview in the beginning, all right? So there's no confusion. But here and now, this is to determine if this is your reading. I'm channeling through as the psychic medium that I am, having funsies, remembering that this is a general reading, so only take what's for you. But what I wanted to say, before I digressed and got all professional and shit. for whatever reason, I kept overthinking, self-judging, restarting. Just the intro, just like 2 minutes in. And see, energetically speaking, especially if the intention is to tap into a general collective, it felt kind of manic, to be honest. There are times I pressed play and I felt incredibly anxious, and there were times when I pressed play and I was beaming from ear to ear. So presently, you could be going through quite a roller coaster of an experience. I'm hearing I should be happy. What's that about? Ooh, and that kind of cleared my throat chakra a little bit too. I should be happy? All right, let's be honest with ourselves, pile one. Let's get deep. Let's skip the small talk, huh? You feel as though where you're at, here and now, is just right. It's on paper what you're supposed to be doing, isn't it? And yet something, or I'm feeling someone, is missing. My lips are tingling. Pile one, this could very well be about love. So if you are a collective tuning in that doesn't really want to tune into this, I would highly suggest picking another pile, because the way Spirit is coming through with love messages today. Oh, okay. Someone new might be coming into your life. You might be, nope, okay. Sorry, Spirit just zipped me up on that. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. The message wasn't for you. Moving on. Don't talk yourself out of a good thing. Whatever that good thing is for you right now. It's like, I feel like you're on the precipice of maybe accepting a new job or maybe starting something. There's something monetary as well with your energy that I'm sensing here. And you're holding yourself back because you're like, well, if I do this, then it might actually take me further away from the potential of like a true love or something. It's very interesting. You are viewing the monetary values equal to emotional values. It's like you're encompassing a lot of Venus energy, I want to say. And before anyone goes, huh? Venus is not just love and beauty. It's also justice. It's the law. It's value. And you're now seeing the value holistically in your life, how it plays out. But you might also be kind of burning yourself out, pal one, as well. Maybe like over expecting yourself, or thinking that, like, just for example, right, as this little thing just popped into my head, you could be thinking that you need to, let's say, have $1 million before you can even ask this person to marry you or something, you know? You've set such an expectation of yourself that unless that expectation is accomplished, everything else has taken a bit of a pause. This could also be working on yourself emotionally, psychologically, going through a lot of healing. Because again, that plays out in love, that plays out in finances, right? A regulated nervous system has us approach life completely differently. And yet, is the expectation of creating this perfect self, is the chase towards that worth missing everything else? Like, bring it along with you. And by the way, what does it even mean to be perfect? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And Maybe the flaws that you see in yourself, someone else will actually really love, like those quirks, you know, like, I don't know, something. There's a lot of love, joy, happiness, grace. I'm seeing a lot of roses too. If you are a man tuning in, you could be finally opening yourself up to the potential of actually being in a happy relationship, whatever that means, right? Committing yourself differently to another person, and by differently, I mean in ways that you just personally never have before. There's an evolutionary bit here that's coming up for you where you've literally been working towards this. And this could be you deciding on whoever it is that you want to be with more long term. I'm hearing you're selective. Good, as you should be. Everyone should be. Ladies, you could be newly going through a breakup of sorts, but you're open to love. You're opening up to love. You've done a lot of the healing. So see, that's very interesting here because what I'm channeling through is quite divided, which makes sense. Men working on their physical, and by physical, I mean 3D, like tangible, monetary here, you know, like the very logical growth. And women are working on, well, their sovereignty, their healing. And of course, there should be mashups between the two, okay? We are all made up of masculine and feminine energies, just saying. We got to do both, inner work and the outer work. But before I digress here, however it is that you're tuning in, you've done so much development in an area of your life with the intention of bettering your circumstances / yourself for another person, for your perfect match. Do you guys like that show? It's a guilty little pleasure, my silly reality TV. Not all of it though, but anyways, I digress. Yeah, some of y'all I think are like done being single. You're ready to, I don't know, move on. Okay, let's move on. Let's do that because that was a lot. Oh my goodness, talk about extensive. Spirit warned me, but this reading could be a lot longer than even I expected. Before we dive in here, okay? Not to keep the suspense going any longer, we're going to get some timelines in here, okay? I'm hearing 3, so we're gonna get 3 different cards, and we're gonna tap into messages from your future self based on these timelines, okay? And of course, take what resonates and is just for you. Okay, it's the right time to take action. What? Okay, the number 6 might have something to do with it. June as well. My nose just itched on June. There's something about a new moon in June. Okay, so that's a timeline right there. And June of whichever year it is that you are tuning in, by the way, okay? Our future self, hey, who knows? This could also be 6 years as well, I just heard. Ooh, and my throat just like, oh, you may not want to hear that, but okay, whatever. Anyways, we have amazing chemistry, terrible timing. We have the number 5. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Let's get one more because this isn't really giving me what I thought it would, but I think that's probably the point for your reading. Okay, so next couple of weeks. Interesting. We're missing a 4. We're missing the sense of stability that we think we need to have. Very fascinating. Okay, so let's break this down. 6 is June, 5 is May, 3 is March. It could be 3 months, 3 years, 5 months, 5 years, 6 months, 6 years. I think the months and years channeling that's coming through here is based on your own personal expectations of this growth path that you're on and all. Sorry, I think my ring light's kind of ruining the visuals here for you. Based on what it is that your personal goals are, some might take years, some might take months. But here's the interesting thing that's already coming through from your higher self, okay? It's the right time to take action. Stop sleeping on yourself. Because here's the other thing, right? Like, you could just very well be talking yourself out of a really good thing by convincing yourself that the timing is wrong. The future, the past, the present, it is all one. You decide. It's just a matter of, okay, how are we going to confront the challenges? And if that challenge means that you got to take some time in between, okay, so be it. But it's lighting you up, isn't it? I truly believe. Okay, hold on. Yeah, all right. And my phone dinged. I don't know if my microphone picked that up, but as soon as I grabbed this, ding. Next couple of weeks, there might be some sort of conversation that you're going to be having. The month of March might be of significance. Again, take this as it resonates at whatever point you're tuning in of the year, of any year as well. But in the next couple of weeks, I don't know. Ooh, there might be some conversation, some communication, a ding, a text message, something simple, something light, okay? But maybe something from someone of interest or disinterest, and it's only reassuring what you want and don't want in a person. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you feel? Okay, let's dive into the rest here. I'm gonna move this up just a tinge. Boom. Okay. Also, where's my little cheat sheet? Because I never know what's what in this stack. Okay. It's just, you know, when the creators change what the suits are to like a different word, or in this case it's pasta. It's really cute. This one is the Pasta Tarot. Any and all decks that I use are listed down below. But yeah, that's what this one is, the Pasta Tarot. Okay. Heartbreak, fears, entanglements, obsession, temptation. With the Lovers, I love that the Sun card is out here too. The Empress, creation. We do have the Strength card here. Sorry, I know I'm bouncing around all over here and you guys, I don't know, some of y'all got annoyed by that for a hot second. Chill, okay? Let me channel through my way. Respectfully, of course. Okay. All right, I gotta call it spade a spade. Because I felt that like rushing type energy, even if you're a viewer that didn't rush it at all, okay? Someone out here did. It's collective after all. That expectation of needing things to be perfect, to have it done your way, could very well be the thing that is deterring you from actually creating something with someone, right? The right person for you, if you are free-spirited, you require someone that is stable, grounded, and vice versa. I feel like there's a lot of men tuning into this reading, and y'all got a lot of expectations, but those expectations aren't just personal anymore. Like, you're looking for your, again, like that perfect match. I'd be wary about how it is that you choose to approach that type of attitude, okay? It's got to be my way or no way type thing. Just throwing that out there for whom it applies. Moving right along, though. Okay, bringing in all genders and everything. Messages from your future self. Continue to take action on what it is that you're creating, whilst also healing past wounds that were inflicted through love, through the way that you were raised and all. There is a deep sense of avoidance here that I'm sensing within my pile ones. And it's not just the dismissive type, it is more of a fearful avoidance. We react quite differently. I myself am a healing, because I will never call myself fully healed, disorganized attachment style myself. We pull in as much as we pull away based on our levels of safety, and that could be very confusing to the other. You got to be honest with yourself here, okay? Because as soon as you get honest with yourself and you take initiative to let go of some of those reins a little bit and allow spirit to carry you, right? With the Chariot coming out here, being led also by pigeons and doves in, oh my gosh, I love Rome. Have you ever gone? Recommended. Anyways, let spirit kind of take the reins. You're stuck on someone from the past, and your future self is telling you that you're going to let that pain go from whatever it is that's holding you back from the past, whether it is parental trauma, the way that you were raised and brought up, and or past like heartache in relationships that really hurt you, some form of like betrayal or something. Y'all got a lot of things that has happened to y'all that made you already take a lot of the initiative to build up your finances or your health, your mental stability, nervous system, like it's kickstarted and catalyzed a lot of that, which is fan-friggin-tastic. Now your future self is saying, as soon as you're ready to let all of the work that you've done on yourself, through yourself, and building whatever it is that you have been building, as soon as you allow yourself to actually kick back and enjoy life, the one, ooh, interesting. I typically stay away from things like the one, but the one might just very well welcome themselves into your life. And I just heard they're coming. But so much of this message around finding the right person for you and why the timelines range from months to years is contingent on your willingness to live in both heartache as well as happiness. We're living in crazy times already as it is, okay, on a world stage. Need I say more? But we can still control ourselves and our reactions and our day-to-day. And to be honest, a lot of the destruction and death in the world has in fact motivated me to do more of what it is that I love, to hug people a little bit longer, to enjoy nature and stuff, right? Like to really absorb the privilege that I have to be able to enjoy life, right? To be that balance, because there's so much destruction in the world, you can choose to being happy is not a lack of empathy or care. And it's not naivety. It's not... Some of y'all in here have... Not everyone. Again, take it as it resonates. I'm reading a bunch of y'all people's in here, so please give it a little comment. Drop a tomato if you're from group 1, pile 1. Just a little tomato. No one's going to know what the tomato is. But that tomato is also going to be a nice little signifier of you, I don't want to say minimizing the pain, but again, amplifying the happy. Live in both. Relationships are hard, pile one. Okay? Straight up. And they're also capable of a unity and companionship and partnership that is incredibly rare too. A lot of people give up when it's hard. You've kept on going through your hard, which is why you've been so reserved from welcoming in anyone else that could disturb that peace. Understandably so. And your future self is coming in to say, you've worked hard enough. Like you've got the right defenses and boundaries up. Just don't build them up so high that it becomes almost impossible to climb over. And see, this is where like I swallowed again. There's a tinge of loneliness that you've been working through. And again, doing all of the right things that you should be doing to be happy, to get your happily ever after, right? And yet, something's missing. What's missing is the acceptance of the duality in this human experience. I ain't one of those woo-woo Ritas that's all love and light. No, crazy things are happening every single day. And amongst the stress, we can find glimpses of hope. This other person, although will probably rattle that inner work that you've done, because now you're welcoming in another nervous system, right? Not to regulate, but to co-regulate with, right? Interregulation. That's going to rock things up a little bit, bring up wounds, bring up fears, projections of those wounds and fears. But this person is what it is that you need. What you want, what you've been praying for, what you've been working for. It's just not going to come in the package that you're specifically maybe, or maybe it is, I don't know. Anyways, what I want to say, it's not going to come in the package that you're expecting, like specifically, because there is a lot of perfectionism in my pal ones, not just of yourselves, but perhaps of others, right? Like if the right person for you, the quote unquote, the one that comes in happens to be a blonde, but you prefer brunettes, your pickiness and the perfection of your perfect mate just might have you miss the love of your life just because of a hair color. That was like the most minute random example that I can give in this case, but you feel what I'm saying? So they may not come in that package that you're 100% manifesting and they have to have all of these qualities and all of these accomplishments and things done, right? Like they may not tick every single box. And that's the part that your future self is saying, hey, be mindful of that. When you do that, you might miss a really good thing. And those expectations are both personal and external of your idealized, quote unquote, perfect mate. But that person is going to be the balance that you need. Notice how I'm saying is. Like this person's coming in, like it or not. It's just the timelines are delayed based on your willingness to be open to love again, to be open to potentially be hurt again. Our capacity for love is equal to our capacity and our willingness to grieve. This is why, again, going back to my previous statement and using my present day privilege to my advantage in the sense of going out there, enjoying life, hiking. I'm quite the hiker. I love to be outside in nature. Just get me out there. You know, these are things that I'm blessing myself with and for because I know trauma I have empathy. I'm witnessing what's happening in the world, that the terror is real. But I'm open to still see the beauty in the world. I don't want to hate life. I want to grow. I want to welcome in existence. I don't know why I keep sharing that with you here, but there's got to be the capacity to enjoy your life can very well be equal to your awareness of death. Again, there's such an extreme duality about your energy here, pile one, where again, it's going from kind of extreme highs to like catastrophizing. And it could be very valid. I don't know you personally. I'm not trying to psychoanalyze y'all in here. I'm just picking up what the energy is putting down, okay? And this person, as soon you can't, okay, I understand now. You're trying to heal something that requires the other person to help you heal through. You can't do it alone. But in order for you to heal those aspects of yourself, you gotta be open and willing enough to let that person in, see your vulnerabilities. Which also requires a lot of your own discernment to learn if that person even is the right one. Oh, my tummy keeps grumbling. Ooh. I'm gonna eat something real soon. But y'all hungry, yeah? You're hungry for this love. And like, okay, just taking the little metaphor of meeting your higher self, or interesting, I said higher self too with the Empress here, your future self, one and the same, maybe. I'm hungry, right? We out for dinner. It's not being served yet. And I'm going to tell you this, taking my own advice in a funny way, I'm going to pause this reading right now. I'm going to take control. Because the time right now is to take action. I'm going to speed up my timeline of feeding myself, prioritizing myself, setting that boundary, but still fueling myself and giving myself what it is that I need. This is all a big metaphor, by the way, if you're rolling with it. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish this reading. Fulfilled, happy. I think whatever it is that you need right now, that you're avoiding, Soul Fam, for the sake of business, for the sake of personal expectations, of perfectionism. Like, what do you mean you're going to step away? You got to keep recording, Kat. You got to just finish this reading. Yeah, and I will. In my own time. Because now I'm hungry. I do be hungry, okay? So anyways, I'll be right back. And just like that, I'm satiated. Back to work I go. The way that your past self had especially looked at relationships, love, in relation to your perception of what an ideal life should be. Your future self is saying, let that go. It's kind of just as simple as that. Using the metaphor again of me stepping away to eat. I got my fix. That food is a metaphor of this love, this relationship. And just like that, I could come right back into my healing, into my messages, into my work, prioritizing myself and what's important, while still having both. You can have both. A love does not sacrifice freedom with the right person. But if we move forward with such firm, high expectations, not to be mistaken with standards, okay? Have values and ensure you find someone that honors them too. Yes? Okay, great. But the expectations, the list of how and who and what things need to be and when, that leads to more disappointment. It's a tale as old as time. Growing up with this ideal that when I'm going to be 23, I'm going to be engaged. 25, I'm going to be married. 27, I'm going to be pregnant with my child. Right? Like, we create these things, and if we don't hit those things, these milestones that we've just expected of ourselves, life is not worth it anymore. Like, we should be happy. Or the opposite is true. You do all of these things and you realize that you never wanted it to begin with, right? And I realized that within this group here, there's a fear of either one of those situations. And again, that is valid. And is that fear worth you sacrificing a potential of knowing true love? The fact that we have the Lovers and the Devil card here, I mean, these are one and the exact same energy in a different polarity. One is willing. The other is entrapped, enslaved. You get to choose the family that you build in this lifetime. Yes, of course, we come with true family members, shared blood and all. But when it comes to your community, your friendships, your partner, you can be choosy. Just don't be so choosy that it has you convincing yourself that it's impossible. That amazing chemistry, terrible timing message here, with the number 5 associated with it, again, May might have something to do with it. Knowledge on that. So maybe one of y'all birthdays are in May, or there's some sort of anniversary, event, meeting, you know, significance, whatever. Let me know. But it's a number of change. It's also like if we're thinking 1 through 10, or technically 1 through 9, because 10 could easily be 1, and here we go, circling back, the cycle begins again. 5 is right smack dab in the middle. It's hump day, it's Wednesday, it's the pinnacle where we decide what and how we want the rest of the week, the rest of the time, the rest of the opportunity to go and flow. Convincing yourself that, oh, it's terrible timing because I'm still not where I need to be, or this person isn't 100% taking whatever box, even though I know that this is the love that will set me free, that I've been manifesting. Your future self is saying, be wary, please. Do not squander a good thing. We are going from months to years between you and true love and happiness. And again, some difficulties. Let's be realistic. We could be delulu in finding a perfect mate while still being grounded and secure within ourselves and upholding our values and behaving appropriately as mindfully as possible, as often as possible. Notice how I'm also saying it's possible. I'm leaving room for human error here. You gotta let go of the perfectionism, pile one. Holy cannoli. Because once you do, you have amazing cards out here. Every single pile has 8 cards of the same deck. Nobody else has the Lover's card. You took ownership of that. Funnily enough, it also came out with the 3 of Swords. The Sun, the happiest, arguably, card with the Chariot, spiritually led. Y'all, it's the Colosseum, okay? It's history, baby. Yes, there was a lot of crazy shit that happened back then in that specific arena. And now we take pictures of it. We move on. It's something that we can admire while still being detached. We take from the history, the teachings, and we use it. So use it. Know that you are ready right here and right now. If the right person comes in and you know, just know it's the right time to take action. And that action right here, oh, your future self is saying, hey, yo, do you want this love now or later? Are you going to keep giving into these false limiting beliefs here with the devil, keeping yourself tied and tucked to toxicity? Tied and tucked. Interesting. To toxicity, or are you going to wipe your slate clean with this new elevated version of yourself? Because you're not starting from ground zero. You're just not. This person's going to elevate with you. Not just push you up or to be dependent on you, but with you, alongside you. And all it takes is you just stop fearing it. Oh my God, it's the Strength card here. Honestly, Pal 1, you are the only one in your way. And of course, finding this person. But again, it comes with that willingness. Your future self is saying the universe is already aligned to you. Just take action, believe, leap. You are the stability, okay? 6, 5, 3. We're missing the 4 here. You are the stability. That is all you need to know. There is no 4 here because you are it. You are that 4th pillar to your true love, to your happiness, to you finally looking back and going like, damn, like this life is worth it. Like I actually do feel happy. It's not a should be happy. It's a am. Y'all feel me? Cool. Okay, so let's dive into a bunch of Oracle as well. We're going to see what, I'm going to keep that Sun card out for you. What your future self also has to say. I've got 4 different decks. Am I using all 4? I did hear yes. Okay, then. Off we go to the races. And I'm just going to shuffle them all in first and then talk about them. Okay, so if you want to 2x or fast forward, I won't be upset about it. But if you want to kick it with me, that's cool too, Pal 1. Let me know. What month are you tuning into this reading? I'm very curious. The algorithms work very strangely. Sometimes you only get like 20 views in 1 month, and then like several months later, it booms, blossoms. And it's like, huh? So the time that things are intended range, I guess. But the algorithm then decides who and what gets delivered when. Either way, I'd like to know, when are you tuning in? And from that point, when is your higher self tuning into you? Huh, I'm curious. Anyways, if you don't feel like doing that kind of math, it's okay too. All right. First, we have be of service and grieve your losses. Very interesting. Focus on the big picture. I'm hearing that song, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. I would sing, but my throat's been jacked up. I had a lot of sinuses the previous week, so now I'm going through the next phase of it. All right, surrender to receive, stop it. Hello? Lots of duality here. No, I'm hearing, okay. these two. So you have to be very particular, and that's all right. We love it. All right. Boom. Boom. We got deja vu and resistance. Okay. Last, I'm hearing 3. Okay. We're going to have 3 cards. Messages for pile 1, please, from their future self. Diligence, escape from the top, self-love. All right, well, a lot of this is already confirming what we have been discussing, okay, and that is duality, okay? Let's not resist a really good thing, a healthy thing, by convincing ourselves that it's going to remove some sort of blessing work that you've been doing on yourself. Know that it's okay to also, again, be imperfect yourself. You're never going to be 100% healed. Straight up. And you're not necessarily supposed to be. Like, as a person, as a human, you're gonna have faults. It's okay. We're human. Where we take accountability is what really matters. And you've been doing that, and you're going to continue to do that. And this person isn't going to take your freedom away from you, by the way. Okay? You're still going to be able to be a busy bee, creating change and floating around like a little butterfly. However it is that this resonates with you, and whatever it is that you want from your own experience in a future relationship with someone, you can obtain that. You can. And you will, which is exciting for you. Rather, as soon as you decide, really, to love yourself enough, love your shadows, and self enough to trust yourself that you will hold yourself through it all. That when the real red flags come out, and I mean real ones, not ones that we create out of thin air to sabotage a connection and talk ourselves out of something good, okay? I gotta be real particular with y'all on this one. Don't talk yourself out of a good thing. You will be able to hold yourself accountable if and as needed to protect your boundaries and your peace. And you can also surrender to love and let someone take care of you and learn how to take care of you. Learn how to love you. Allow you to learn how you want to be loved in a different way. To be loved is a great act of self-love. Because when we truly hate ourselves, we withhold ourselves from this love. Yes? Yeah. And you've done so much work on yourself, Pilewood. Your future self is coming in saying, you're here. I love you. You love you here now. Love is here now. And as soon as a couple of weeks, isn't that what one of those cards said? And oh, am I smiling now? Yeah, okay, that smile can come with potentials of heartache and maybe disappointments and arguments, misunderstandings. Focus on the big picture here. Is this person, this connection, one that allows you to feel like you're playing your part and are being appreciated for it, whilst also being gifted, I suppose, too, and accepted some love too. Some of y'all got to learn how to do that. Deja vu is interesting here. I have a tarot deck near me. I just want to get a quick clarifier what this deja vu is about for y'all. Nope. I heard pop out, so the right card will literally pop out. Aha, there it is. Ace of Wands. I got the deck, and I have the Death card with present. It's very interesting because it seems that right here and right now, at the point of you tuning into this reading, pile one, you already know what this reading is about, who this reading could potentially be about. You might have already like met them too. And you know what layers and levels of yourself need to be surrendered, what aspects of yourself you got to grieve, where it is that you are holding resistance. Like you hold so much self-awareness, and I love to see it. Y'all, my peoples, please like, subscribe. I would like more of your energy, because when you subscribe, this is the energy that I channel more into, okay? And y'all are some high vibe people. I love it. Okay, but this deja vu here, that is, I'm hearing once upon a dream. This could have very well been a dream. It could have been a intuitive nudge pull, some sort of vision that you had. It almost feels like deja vu. Maybe this is about a person. Maybe it's reconnecting with someone from the past. For some of y'all. For others, it's almost like meeting someone brand new, but it's like your soul recognizes each other. Yeah, y'all know the soulmate drill. Either way, you'll know. You will know when it's the right one. And then it's your choice to decide from there how soon you'll welcome that love into more of your present day reality. Are you willing to have that ego death, to grieve your losses of the past, surrender to receive love and kindness? That's an otter with a little rainbow. It's covered now, but I'm kind of holding the camera so it doesn't like fall like this. This is annoying me. See that perfectionism in y'all energy? Anyways, I'm going to let this be. Because I did hear my snaps. And, well, I hope whatever it is that you required from this reading today has been received. Let me know if you do have any resonances. Again, comment a tomato down below so I know which group you're from, if of course you wish. And if not, if I don't see you in another pile, I do hope to see you in another video. Check out canonwitchery.com again if you want to book with me. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me, y'all. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. Peace. Hello. What's up? What it do? Pile number 2. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today, as well as your future self that we are going to channel through. If you want a full rundown of what and how we're going to proceed with your reading, please check out the overview if you haven't already. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tippy tap into your present day energy. Just take whatever it is that I'm collectively pulling out at random. Take only what's for you, okay? Leave the rest for another. Remembering that this is a general reading. So if you want something precise and concise specifically for you, check out canonwitchery.com. If you are here in January of 2026, please use code NEW26 to get 26% off any and all of my psychic services. All of it. So yeah, enjoy those savings. Okay, so I gotta just kind of rip the band-aid, pile 2, okay? There's a significant ending that I am sensing. And it's got something to do with money, with law. So it could literally, maybe it has something to do with a court date of sort. It could be divorce. It could be, you know what? It could even be buying or selling like a house or something, right? It could be something very serious or very, well, just you got to go through the paperworky. You know what I'm saying? And there might be a question, a wonder about how this separation is going to go, how this change is going to go. I feel like it's not something that you're newly embarking on. It's something that you've already accepted for quite some time, pile 2. I feel like you're approaching this dinner here with your future self with a question of like, is this going to work out? And if you can also tell me how, that would be great. Does that align for you, pile 2? You, pile 2, are someone whom, you know, you could actually have quite an imagination. Meaning that you are capable of looking outside the box. And in doing so, you're still remaining as grounded as possible, as practical and logical as possible. And what's really great about your present day energy is there's not a breakdown energy where you feel out of control, which is really good. I really love this sense of groundedness within chaos. And that's not to say that you're grounding chaos, but you're grounded within the chaos. It's not rocking you. You're still able to, well, if we think about literally grounding, right? As above, so below. The roots of a tree must be as deep as possible and as tall as the branches reach out. It's equal to the roots down below, keeping that tree as stable as possible. I think that y'all do some sort of spiritual work. Perhaps maybe you're into the occult, some form of magic and wizardry. And it's really great because I'm picking up someone like you've met with your higher self before. You've met with your future self before. You've envisioned that. But the thing is though, right? And I get it as a psychic medium myself, okay? It's a complaint I have too. It's very difficult for us to always perceive our own futures as easily as we can others because we have our own ego, we have our own perception, we have our own, you know, delusions and things like that. And it's easier for someone else to come in and be like, ayo, what's the answer? Just help me with this. So thank you so much, Pile 2, for finding me. And hey, I hope that I am able to deliver and give you the answers that you are seeking today with this meeting between yourself and your future self. I feel like I'm a lawyer right now. Like, what's happening? Okay. Speaking of lawyer, we got the Justice on the table. You could be a Libra or have very strong Libra. I'm a Libra myself, gang gang. What else do we got? Sorry, I really needed to sip. Okay, so lots of red and lots of yellow. That's the show. We have the Six of Wands, a success energy. Okay, so yes, you are going to succeed. But let's actually, okay. So we got the King of Pentacles. Okay. I gotta have my little cheat sheet when it comes to this particular deck, because although it's still traditionally based, the change in suits messes with me. Okay, so we've also got the 5 of Coins, the Queen of Coins, we got the Tower, we have the 8 of, what's this, Cups, as well as the 4 of Coins. All right, so, oh no, I forgot the step. We already got this. I'm not going to redo anything. We're going to tap into the when, okay? And by the when, I mean which version, how far into the future of yourself are we meeting with today? Does that make sense? Hopefully, because that's the best I got at the moment. I'm in the middle of channeling. I don't know how to think logically sometimes. Forgive. We do have next summer. We have 13. The movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer, just came to mind. That might be, y'all might be some like spooky movie lovers. I like gang. What's with me saying gang here? Okay, anyways. I'm going to pull a variety of them because there's a multiple of us in here, and who knows, maybe you got multiple future selves walking in. This card fell on the floor. Time will bring a surprise. We have 32. Okay, so the age 32 might have some sort of relevance there. It could be 32 months. I don't really want to say 32 years. 13. January might also be of significance for some reason. Don't ask how I got there with next summer, but just take my word for it. Oh, by the end of the year. Okay, and we got number 38 here as well. March may be of some significance here, depending on when it is that you're tuning in. For some reason, I was told to show this here by the end of the week, so some clarity coming in, perhaps. You know what? We're going to keep this out. Cool. Okay, anyways. So, okay, yeah, everything's going to work out. It's definitely going to come with like a crash. It's going to feel as though you got to kind of like lose more to gain more. That's the unfortunate side effect of this, but here's the thing. Having that type of awareness that there is a potential impeding loss. Remember, this is just a general reading. If you want something precise and concise for you, KateMWitchery.com. Book with me, okay? Excuse me, expel the negativity. Yes, okay. No limiting beliefs up in here, but for whom it does apply, okay, where there might be some sort of loss, especially if it's a financial one, or if it's like, you know what, when it comes to the 5 of Coins, that's a lack of value in yourself, right? I mean, take a look at this imagery right here. We have someone who broke their foot, their leg, they're unable to do anything else but, well, feel better soon, right? But they're not able to be the best that they can be. Maybe their recovery is going to take a little bit longer, right? Like their sense of self-value has deplenished, what words? Okay, but okay, I'm also here not to say that those whom have any sort of ailments and stuff like that, it's a perceived self-value. I'm speaking as also like a chronically ill girly. Like sometimes when like the flares hit, like I self-shame sometimes, you know, like my self-value goes down sometimes. You can't help but to beat yourself up because you're missing out on life, right? So that's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling here. It's almost like whatever loss it is that you're going to endure, although you're going to have a success in inevitably, okay, that's something that I really want you to know, that yes, it's going to come with a loss, but this loss is going to come with like a major growth, okay? It all kind of has to fall apart in order for you to rebuild, but time will bring a surprise. It's going to work out so much better for you than you've expected it to be. And that's the thing about it being a surprise. It's unexpected for the most part. You can anticipate it, sure. But once you actually have it, it's tangible. Like, that feels different, you know? I just heard follow the threes. So if you see 333 or something, that could be your future self going, hey, this way. Or, hey, you good, you know? I just heard I'm proud of you. Your future self is proud of you. Your future self at just the end of the year, you know, that's not a long time. And your future self, by the end of the week of you tuning into this, you know, whatever it is, the end of this week, there's going to be some sort of clarity popping in, a reassurance to help you with this perceived loss and rewire your sense of value, right? I think you gotta take it day by day. Expect things to work out, you know? That in a way is a form of manifestation too. I am curious if this is in fact like judicial of some sorts, like if you do require a lawyer or something, but whatever it is, you're going to succeed and be as stable as you need, right? With the 6 of Wands coming up after Justice, you win, okay? We also do have that match here with the King and Queen of Coins. So if there is some sort of separation, let's say between like partnerships, it doesn't just have to be like divorce, right? But say there's like some sort of work partnership where, you know, you got to split the business, you got to buy each other out or some shit. Or I mentioned real estate earlier, no? Like maybe there's some sort of like splitsies that you got to do, and I don't know, this stuff gets complicated sometimes. We all know how it goes, and there's a perceived loss, but both parties actually end up walking away seemingly well, but you a little bit better than the other, I gotta say. I feel like you walk out with more. I don't know how, okay, this is where it gets a little confusing, because then, you know, I'm picking up multiple different types of energies from multiple different peoples. General reading again. But okay, the way that I'm seeing it is one person, did you see that card move? Did y'all see that? I really hope that the camera picked that up. It like wiggled. Like, okay, Spirit, not only do I hear you, I see you. That's crazy. I gotta check that out. What time was that? Oh, 14:44. Okay, I will remember that. All right, cool. Okay, that was me breathing. You know what? That was an interesting occurrence. I tend to take everything that occurs in readings, at least that I'm consciously aware of, as a metaphor and pertinent to the reading. And it's like Spirit is going to kind of breathe fairness, justice, a win for you. So no matter the perceived turnout in present day, it's going to work out so much better than you expect. That's the part that's going to surprise you, that it's better than you expect. And yes, 2 truths can exist. It's going to fall apart in order to fall into place. I gotta say, your future self is telling you that you're going to be going on some sort of like, I'm really feeling this as a solo trip. Like you're about to go and see the world, see a new perspective, chase another half of you somewhere else on the other side of the world, maybe even. I am seeing, yeah, someone's definitely flying over an ocean. So which ocean that is and which direction is up to you, I don't know. I just work here, but enjoy that, I would say. But before I digressed, because I just recognized Spirit kind of brought me back to this guy here, okay? Well, you're going to succeed if this is, let's say, like a divorce. And okay, we're going to paint this out like as we see it literally with like the genders and everything right here. Okay, scenarios can change and differ per person actually watching, but we got justice. You come out winning. There's a woman that wins, let's say, a divorce and gets a greater settlement than Mr. Rich Man here bargained for, and he's the one that ends up with more of a loss, while she gains more while still losing kind of her stability, losing house, losing, like having to change her entire reality, right? Because a divorce is a divorce. A man is no longer providing for her anymore, so there is a cut, but there's also a gain. She gets to do it all on her own and actually ends up keeping more for herself. She gains more out of this experience, out of this divorce, and monetarily too, right? This doesn't necessarily mean that rich man here in this scenario, as we're reading the cards in the form of a story here, he may feel like, you know what, I gotta say it, losing you kind of brings down his self-worth a little bit too. I think that this individual is going to perceive this breakup, however it is that we're now reading it, whether it's a divorce, again, some sort of business partnership, houses, maybe just like a regular schmegular breakup, and there's something about fairness, right? Like even if law has nothing to do with it, paperwork has nothing to do with it, there's some sort of karmic, maybe cosmic contract or something that is coming to an end successfully. So I understand, well, as best as is laid out generally for me here, Soul Fam, why you are so curious and yet so trusting, but yet so like nervous at the same time about what this outcome is for you. And again, your future self is coming in to say, it's all gonna be okay. And I love to see that. And hell yeah, let's hope that by the end of this week, whatever week it may be at the point of you tuning in, you're gonna get some sort of confirmation about this direction, at least about your next step, right? It doesn't mean there's going to be like a finalization here. Let's not jump to any conclusions. And remember that the future self is coming in. It could be, again, at the age 32, age 38, maybe March has something to do with it. I'm hearing August as well. The end of the year, next summer, obviously those are time frames as well, depending on when it is that you're tuning in. So take which timeline or multiple that resonate most with you in this case. And trust your gut, because that's pretty much how long it'll take for you to kind of finalize you feeling as though you gained more than you lost. And in that process, there's most likely some sort of solo trip or something, some sort of freedom. If not already, maybe you're tuning in while you're on a vacation right now too. That could be it for some of y'all. Ooh. A specific person, one of my clients just popped into my head there, and I wonder if she will message me going, did you just think of me in this video? LOL. I think so. Yep, that conversation's about to happen. So, hey T, how's it going, babe? Okay, yeah, it's gonna work out better than expected. There's nothing else. I feel like when it comes to what you're bringing to the table here, your questions and curiosities, that's all you really need to know to get you on your way. And so I'm happy that your future self through me today was able to deliver that to you. Let's dive into the oracle and see what else lies in your reading here, okay? Because I definitely don't want this to be it just yet. But I mean, if it's all that you need to, we're gonna do what we gotta. You get what I'm saying. I bibble and blabble too much sometimes. I'm gonna keep the 4 of coins out here. Now the 4 of coins can be a selfish type of energy, but that's exactly it, right? Like, it's time for you to be a little bit selfish. It's time for you to indulge a little bit more in the good things. Like, why always settle when, I mean, why not give yourself a little bit more, right? I feel like you feel like you're owed it, and I say, hell yeah, let's go. Okay, you are more than welcome to fast forward because I'm just going to shuffle in all of these oracles. We have be patient. Face your shadow. Oh, dun, dun, dun. We'll dive into each card shortly. Just trust. Master Manifester. I heard nope. Okay. I heard nope. Okay. Okay. This, yes. We got partnership. I heard bottom. Okay. Transcendence. Still have to keep this deck out here. So, okay, this is an energetic thing at this point. No problem. What am I missing? I got one more. And we're going to pull 3 cards from here. All of the decks that I'm using, by the way, are listed below. We got courage. We have embrace. And the final card will be... no. Okay. I love a good no. All right. Notice my reaction to that no, by the way. Okay, that's you setting boundaries, I feel. It's not a rejection that is going to hurt. And once an individual, and this could maybe even be preaching to the choir, but like, once an individual learns how to appropriately set and abide by their own boundaries and values, no does not hurt. When you get rejected, it doesn't hurt because they themselves say no sometimes too. And thus, they don't take it personally. They take it as a respectful boundary. And I believe that you are, well, highly emotionally intelligent, I would say, which is really, really wonderful. I'm giving myself a stretch here on the couch. So if you hear some ruffling from my pillows and stuff, that's what's happening. But I feel like y'all are now changing positions, literally. Okay, I like never do this. I never stretch mid fucking reading. You guys, pile 2, maybe literally physically stretch. Move your body. This transcendence, interesting. Okay, so traditional Chinese medicine just kind of popped into my head. And one of the interesting, I guess, nuances of it is when in traditional Chinese medicine, a particular emotion is tied to particular organs and such, right? And that's not to say like that's exactly where the emotion lives or whatever, it gets trapped, but that is where more likely, energetically speaking, based on how then of course our energy works, that emotion kind of gets trapped and is more likely to manifest in. I'm saying in our bodies, there's some trapped emotions in there, right? Our body remembers. Everything is somatic at some point or another. Moving your body will help you transcend and release whatever shadows need to be released in order for you to feel stable and trust and manifest, and just know that things are going to work out for you, and what's not meant for you is going to fucking go. Like, whatever you're saying no to is leaving. that's what I'm happy about. Like I saw the no, I laughed. Like that was my genuine reaction. I take everything in play while I am channeling, and that was a great reaction to a no, which means you're going to be totally okay with it. It's going to be a win for you. You know? With courage and embrace, I think it's just a personal cultivation that is required right here. Your future self is coming in to say, it's all okay. There's such a calm reassurance here. There's almost nothing else for me to contribute to this reading. It's much shorter than pile 1, but I gotta be honest and genuine with this reading here. You're good. If all that you require is the dreaded be patient lesson here, then enjoy the ride. Here's another thing. Partnership comes on in. There's a really great friendship that is going to also emerge from this type of ending as well. Or if maybe it's not like a new, like it may not be like a new friend or connection that's coming on in, but maybe it's a present day connection that just strengthens even more, that it actually grows and blossoms into something else. Maybe it does have something to do with business too. Maybe one loss and where it gets rebuilt is in a different way that's just yours, between you and your friends, you and your community. You get to rebuild, you get to remanifest and everything. What's really great about, like, there's a spider up in the top corner. I'd bring it closer, but I know a lot of people have like arachnophobia, I think it's what it's called. A spider will weave its web over and over and over again. Even if it gets busted up, it'll come back up with built-in web blinkers, if anything, to say, hey, I am here. Do not walk through me again, okay? It is a way of making the best of their situation. If it means rebuilding over and over again, they will weave because they gotta eat, okay? They gotta survive. They gotta take up space. They gotta get creative and agile. Maybe instead of doing it this way, they're going to build it this way, right? They're constantly rebuilding though. And it's paying off. That's the way that your future self is coming on in to reassure you that it may seem like you got to restart, but you're going to build it better, stronger, bigger. And you're going to get to do it your way. You're going to get to transcend the version of yourself that you are right now and be a little bit more selfish. And when I say selfish, I mean, you just putting yourself as a little higher on that priority list, finally. Because you've given yourself time and time and again to people who maybe once appreciated it, yeah, but something changed, yes? There's a reason why this change is here. There's a reason why you're here pondering, asking this question. It's all gonna work out. And just like that, ooh, interesting. I heard my snaps, but not before I looked at the timer and I saw 30:03. Very interesting mirror here. So again, follow the threes. There's something about the threes here. And my nose itched on that too, just clarifying some sort of resonance with someone in here. Do let me know if that someone in here is you. I would love to hear from you. I hope that this gave you even a pinch more relief in your day, knowing that it's all going to work out. The timeline doesn't seem too far off in my personal opinion, but again, the timelines of you tuning in could range. So let me know when it is that you're tuning in, when the perceived future self timeline is of them tuning in, if you feel like doing that math. I'm always really curious, you know. But otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. This is a pleasure to tune into, y'all. I wish I knew what more to say. I was even thinking, like, asking spirit, do I pull some tarot? They're like, nah. I'm like, okay. I mean, it is what it is. You got what you needed. So go out to another pile if you feel like it. Check out another video if you feel like it. And if not, that's all right too. I'm just happy to have spent this time here with you. And I wish you the best of luck in your growing success. Peace out, pal two. Hello, what's up? What it do, pile three? Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me today and have a little chit chat and meeting with your future self. We will find out when your future self is coming from in a short little bit. First, we're going to start off by channeling in your present day energy to learn if this is your vibe, or maybe if you got to pick another pile or another reading altogether, but hopefully it aligns with you as needed. If you want further insight on how this pick a card reading is going to go, please check out the overview if you hadn't already. Of course, book with me at knmwitchery.com for something precise and concise just for you. Remembering that, of course, you gotta use your intuition. Okay, hold on. Pause. You gotta use your discernment. Take only what is for you. Leave the rest for another. Okay, using your intuition was me already tapping into your guys' energy. So I lost focus there for a second, but let's go in. I have a smile on my face, listening to my intuition. There's pile three, there's something new that you're wishing to embark on, and if not new, the next level of what it is that you are already doing. Say, I don't know, you're creating a business, or you're a content creator, or you are, whatever it is that you are, man. I don't know. The world is yours, okay? There's a lot of y'all in here. You're ready to go to the next stage, to the next level. You're leveling up, whether it's in roles, whether it's in expansion, you're extending something, you are inviting more into your routine, you're taking on a new project. There's some sort of level up with an acceptance of changed behavior. And I want to say, like, y'all got a lot of plans. You have a lot of ideas, pile three. You do. And it's feeling a little confusing. It's feeling new. It's straight up what it is. You're still experimenting. And here's the thing, no matter how long it is that you've been doing whatever it is that you're pursuing, something's changed. You've changed. Perhaps your environment is required to change. Are you thinking about moving or something? I don't know, but give me 1 second. Oh, well, that happened. Sorry about that, y'all. But the need to protect your space was very high. You're cutting out so much noise, distraction, unsolicited advice, people that don't fucking serve you. You are walking into 2026, if of course that is when you're tuning in, but whatever period of your life, this new week, this new month, this new start, with a list of red flags that you have highlighted and immediately will dismiss out of your way. If it doesn't serve you, it's not for you. And this, I believe, could be kind of having you nosedive into a period of more isolation, more hermit, Or you know, you are just able to revert back into your own safe space. You're more of like an ambivert, you know. I relate. You can be out, do the public thing, connection thing, and then you go right back into your safe space, your shell. You acclimate, you rejuvenate your energy, and you tap back into source, listening to your intuition. You have identified recently a new compass, a new direction, and it's one that not too many people that you know are pursuing, or even if they are pursuing it, they're not doing it the way that you're envisioning it. Like, it's just for you. Like, we're all, let's say, I don't know, I used content creation as like a little thing before, didn't I? So a lot of people are content creators, but what kind of content? We're doing things differently for ourselves, as ourselves, authentically so. You've found your voice recently. Remember, this is still your present day energy. I have to turn on the light here. I feel like your sun, or the sun, is going to sit within your reading, maybe. But 5:55 on the timer here. Y'all are ready to move and execute. Whether that's a physical move, whether that is literally moving, whether it's exercising, that's really coming through, whether it's you just taking action. I keep hearing content. Some of y'all can very well be content creators or artists of some sort, and now you require content because that's the new internet now. Social media is the new internet. TikTok, for example, is looking to become its very own search engine, if not already. That's how we're optimizing internet usages, right? And you got to be found. People need to see you. You're the only one that can execute on your goals the way that you envision it, because they're yours. It's all you. And I gotta admit, I just felt a wave of loneliness or fears of, but take it as from someone whom, well, this is my advice, right? I've done the hermit thing. I do the hermit thing. I am a hermit opportunist in human design, so it's naturally a part of who it is that I am. I pop out of my shell authentically, showing up authentically, never over draining myself and over giving myself anymore. Okay, your girl learned boundaries, as I know you have too, pile 3. And you're able to do both, I guess is what it is that I'm saying here. The outer work and the inner work can remain balanced. Now you're just required to do more of that outer work. You're more motivated to do the outer work. I don't even think you're hesitating so much from the outer work. I think you're just confused about what's next because it feels so new. So there's some sort of hesitation and resistance and like comparison to past selves or other people, or you're trying to connect with some sort of community or people or whatever that like can align or can give advice or who just get it the way that, but again, they got a different drive. Like it's like you are being forced in some ways to go at it alone because you're the catalyst. You keep trying to find community in the areas where you're meant to be a leader. And I'm going to tell you this, it is within you choosing to become that leader, pile 3, that you're going to accumulate and find your community. People come to you for the questions that you are hoping someone else can answer, but you're the only one that can find that answer, to be the answer, to deliver that answer. Yes? Y'all feeling what I am putting down? I hope so. Because we're moving on. Okay, so that was your present day. Before we tap into what your future self has to say, let's find out when they're coming from, okay? So they came a long way for this dinner. Okay, let's learn if I know where that deck is. Pile 3, the future self that you're meeting with today. Her top, yes, okay. I'm gonna grab like 3 cards. That's what I've done so far. And we'll talk about different timelines that your future self could be tapping in. Fascinating. We're going to take them both anyways, but that was very interesting. Okay, so we got 9 months from now, okay, the age 28, or the date, the 28th might have something to do with it. September might also have something to do with it, or just add 9 months from the time of you recording this. I think that's simple enough. It's time to move forward. Okay, so there is that nice little 7. So that could be, I'm hearing 7 weeks. So there's a version of your future self that's coming forward from 7 weeks from now. Very interesting. Again, it's from the point of view tuning in, okay? Oh, by the way, because my ring light might be ruining that visual for you, just so you can see it. Okay, there. Now, this is the one that slipped out first. It's like these 2 cards were in a competition of which one's gonna drop, and I curiously waited for that because Patience, It's Not Time Yet is the one that I thought would fall and then didn't, and then this one fell. Play it back, I don't know. But have faith, divine timing is at play. With Patience, It's Not Time Yet means that there's things that are happening in the back end, Pal 3, that you are not even fully aware of, okay? And I just heard the butterfly effect. Now, I know that that's been like debunked or whatever, but using that type of analogy, okay, of the butterfly effect, not the movie, don't be mistaken, but nevertheless, right? Like the wings of a butterfly flutter and it causes a hurricane on the other side of the world, or however that quote or analogy goes, right? You're the friggin' butterfly flutter, okay? You're the thing, the catalyst, that once you continue to action upon whatever it is that you feel so motivated to pursue right now, despite the fears and the curiosities and whatever, which I'm sure we're going to tap into, okay? We got a ways to go. I feel like y'all are going to be a bit of a longer reading, so buckle in, okay? Hope you have some good coffee or whatever. This is the next day, by the way. I don't know if I already mentioned that, so nobody freak out about my caffeine intake. It's a new cup of coffee and a new day. Okay, cool, because I've been having a cup of coffee in every single reading so far. It's like shit. Any hoosers, what am I here to say? Y'all determine the speed of obtaining your goals by taking the lead. What you want, the vision, the life, the direction that you are taking right now, especially as the rest of the world is going through a major tower moment, okay? We also have to take into account global affairs here, okay? Now, while I'm not going to go into extensive detail, we all know that as soon as we touch any sort of news channel, social media, we're going to have yet a new headline breaking news that causes a lot of stress and strain. Interestingly enough, and that never means that you don't care, it means that you're able to prioritize what's happening in the world whilst also choosing to stay focused and in your lane, because a lot of people I've noticed have started to give up already. They're like, what's the point? It's the end of the world as we know it. Cancel, cancel, cancel. It's the beginning of a new one. And you are a leader that is going to help propel people forward. But you're the one that's got to do it. I feel like you're looking for a community, for companionship and partnership, where you're the one that's meant to lead. And then that's going to come to you, not the other way around. You're not going to find it, so stop trying to, respectfully. You keep building and it's going to come to you. Because as you do so, everything in the back end shifts. Hurricanes, like it's like energy shifts. You become the change that we need to see in the world. You become the glitch, okay? And it's happening behind doors that you will probably never even know of. Straight up. I hope you do. But honestly, 9 months from now is being essentially like the furthest. The age 30 might have something to do with it, or 28. If you're older than that, 28 and 30, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is a Saturn return type of energy. So there could, if you're past this age already, then you've had your first Saturn return. There was some catalytic kind of moments. I think that was the time where you started to move forward and shift gears to transform into what you are now at this point of you tuning in, pile 3, ready to push forward and put your all into. You've learned what you needed to acclimate, to become that person. Now you just got to have the action match the vision, and just like that, everything else is going to fall into place. I feel like every single thing that you've been working so hard for is about to pay off, contingent on you trusting your intuition and moving forward. So, oh shit, what is, I gotta have my little cheat sheet because I get confused. They changed the suit names and I just want to make sure. Anyways, okay. So we have the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess. Love to see it. See, this is what I'm saying about trusting your intuition. Okay. You're already like so many steps ahead. You got to embody more of that. You have to live more in the version of yourself that, I can't even say that you're becoming. You just are. You just are that person. Whew. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Nice, taking it slow, taking the long road, taking their own way. The Knight of, what did I just say? Excuse me, the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles, yes? The slowest moving knight, okay? One that will take the back roads. One that is going to be a little bit more diligent in their direction. One that is, well, one that may kind of fall off the track a little bit, right? Because sometimes when we go off the beaten road, the beaten path, it takes a little bit longer perceivably. But what if that path ended up being a shortcut that no one else would have ever found but you? That was a really interesting twist on this energy that just came through. I love that. So far, we also got Temperance, spiritually guided, divine timing. I love the Temperance card because at this point it's as above, so below, right? Like this is your spirit team, not even guiding you. They're just kicking back and about to have their own cup of espresso, okay? They're going to kick back, watch the show, watch you shine, watch you glow. Let's have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God. Don't you just want to like reach into this card and eat it all? I love Italians. I love Italian food. I love it. I love it. I'm Polish myself and Canadian and Greek and whatever. I'm a mutt. But I just love the Italian culture and everything. Hell yeah, I got the, the pasta tear. As soon as I saw this, I was like, add to cart. Oh, I love it. Anyways, sorry, shout out to the Italians. We have the Nine of Swords. Interesting that they've like incorporated all of the astrology signs and stuff in here. I'm excited to tap into what that's about. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Page of Cups. See, this is that new energy. We're at one point of this journey, of this transformation that you have already long started. Okay, you've long begun everything that you are hoping to pursue. And you've reached a point where now it's time to pivot. It's time to find a new direction. It's okay to want more. It's also okay to be misunderstood. It's good to keep to yourself. That High Priestess, yeah, this makes sense. That High Priestess energy was probably the reason why I closed that door. I resonate highly with the High Priestess myself in my position, for sure. Keep the wisdom, build from that, cook from that. I'm just hearing, let her cook, let her cook. Get it? I like these cards. I recommend. The box is too far for me to reach and get it for you, but like I said, everything is always listed down below. But I think I got this one from Amazon, I believe. Sorry, I do use it sometimes. I wish I could like minimize big company purchases of sorts. trying to speak in code here. Not getting flagged, because my goodness, do we live in a world of capitalism and consumerism and all of that. But anyways, I completely digressed. Who gives a shit? Well, I do, but interesting that all happened. That little digression about Amazon, of all things. I think that there are certain things that you care about, that you are able to see, that you are able to speak about, that you have identified gaps in, that you want to create change in, that a lot of people maybe have silenced you for, or I feel like you're now really required to, well, be a trailblazer, like I said already, but push some buttons. Trigger people, not without accountability. I don't want you to just be an asshole in the world and invoking change by literally traumatizing people or being just a nasty human. Not to say that you are, or this advice is even intended for you, but my point is, I guess, is that like you're able to see the misuse, the mistrust, the what's the word I'm looking for? The hypocrisies, the contradictions. You're looking for different ways to live, to be, to bring about change. And the reason why I'm bringing all of this forward, right? This is all advice, by the way, from your future self. As soon as you start, as soon as you go, everything else is going to fall into place and in flow. The questions that you have, the curiosities, can only be answered through the execution. Through, again, getting off that road, finding a shortcut, trying something new, taking the long way if you must. Keeping more to yourself. I just heard Scorpio. And trusting your gut. And loving on yourself more too, for sure. But these pages here, right? You're becoming the student again in this new level up. Because something served its purpose thus far. You're about to have a breakthrough mentally, right? And I'm hoping that you could even skip the 10 of Swords energy, where it becomes so heavy and so unbearable, you know? Like, you can complete it right here with this broken bowl of spaghetti nero. And just go straight into learning mode. What has this taught me? What do I want to build? Can you start actually embracing your own authority, Pile 3? And if you've already begun to do so, push yourself even further. Be okay with people asking you questions, reaching out, wanting your services. Fuck, charge for your services. Coins energy after all. I want more tarot. What else? Specifically, advice, input. What does the future self, 9 months from now? I'm tuning in, Pile 3. And I just heard the song, I think it's by J. Cole, Let It All Work Out. I think. It's all going to work out. You have to trust your actions. Despite any sort of judgments, it's going to balance out and your karma is going to be served beautifully. Karma is not always discipline. Karma is a reward, but you also have to show up to obtain that reward. That's all you got to do, Pile 3. show up, be great, cut out whatever and whomever no longer serves, which I'm pretty sure is something that you're already doing. I don't think boundaries are an issue for you. It's trusting that you can find your way through, even if you got to go at it alone a little bit more in this area of your life. It doesn't mean that you have to be completely lonely and not have friends and companionship and any of that, okay? It just means in this area of your life, you're the one that's a trailblazer. You're the one with this business opportunity, with this art, this vision, this whatever it is for you. Right? Especially if your goal, let's say, is to move, since that was something, maybe you don't talk to a lot of people about it, okay? Because there's a lot of people complaining about immigration and all over the world, right? There's a lot of input where it may not always be required on a public scale, right? I moved continents. I moved from Canada to Europe. And I didn't really tell anyone about it until like 2 weeks before I was set to be on a plane. That's when I started telling a little bit more publicly. And I preferred it that way because there was less interruption, there were less criticism, there was less advice. I was moving at a time when a war just broke out in Ukraine. There was, of course, the vid that we were dealing with. There was a lot going on in the world, as there consistently is in the world, right? Like, I think that y'all are quite like humanitarian. Like, you see the bigger picture, you're very caring, and you're also like very strong. You're the warrior. You're the one that's like, no, we're going to be okay, and I'm going to be part of the healthy new world order or something. I don't know. Y'all are quite the activists, revolutionary over here, and that right there requires more grit. That requires more tenacity and resilience, and being the one that stands up first, even if you got to do it alone, to then motivate another crowd behind you to do the same. It's like when you see an injustice somewhere, right? And you're the one that says no first. You were that first person to finally step up and intervene and help whoever it is that required that help, which then invited other people to do the same, right? It might piss you off at the simple fact that nobody else but you spoke up at first, but it took you. Okay, so we can be angry about the lack of resources, or we could become that resource and have the rest follow suit. Does that analogy make sense to y'all? I hope so, because you are about to take the lead. I cut the deck and the world came out here. So your future self is saying that, honestly, you might be traveling. 9. For some reason, I just heard Jupiter. So Jupiter moving into Leo. Of course, if you are tuning into this in 2026, as someone who has Jupiter in Leo, by the way, it is going to be my Jupiter return. Don't necessarily fall into the trap that it's going to be like the best fucking year ever. It's going to be great for you to hone your goals and put it into action and things like that, center stage and stuff, but authenticity, accountability is going to be running rampant, especially the South Node is also moving into Leo, which so happens also to be my return. It's going to be a very interesting year for me personally. I'm buckling up for that. But that would just mean that we have a spotlight on a lot of karmic and egotistical ways of being that now require to be transformed, to be, well, trialed. Okay. And I believe that you are in many ways a visionary of a new world, of peace, of balance, of harmony, of love, of unity, of, dude, we need you, I guess is all I gotta say here. However it is that resonates with you. If you're fighting for rights for women, for particular wars, for injustices of any kind of, I mean, I can list 100 right here, okay? I'm not going to, because you're the one that is meant to. around what is motivating you to show up and be that change that we need to see in the world. So be that. And let me know what it is that you're supporting, because I would love to support it with you, help you in any way as well. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are working on, but if there are any great causes or something that you want to drop below Pile 3, just know that you're always welcome to do so, okay? Is this resonating with y'all so far? Do let me know with a like, with a comment. I'm trying to think about what symbol? Do the world. Let's do the world emoji. Drop the world if you are from this pile. If, of course, you feel like it, just so I know where you're coming from without really exposing too many other details. But if you want to know how it is that you are resonating so far, do please let me know. Because, I mean, especially in your case here, Pile 3, you're on to some really powerful shit. So, invite more people into it. I'd love to see it, honestly. I'm with you. I really am. In my own way, nonetheless, but if more people took these initiatives, there would be more movement and change forward. So whatever it is that you're looking to pursue and the change and the difference, to motivate people, to help people, to just be, I don't know, a safe space for someone, even if it's behind closed doors. It does not have to be on a public scale. There's a lot that I do for my clients behind closed doors that people will never know about. I have testimonials on my website that showcase a variety of different people. There's video testimonials in particular that I'm referring to, where people talk about the changes that I help them with that no one would have ever known about without them generously offering a testimonial. What I'm saying is that sometimes the change and the difference that you make in the world doesn't have to be so grandiose. It doesn't have to, with that Leo energy that I brought up, right? It doesn't have to take center stage, but it can be the difference that we really need in the world nonetheless. Someone else can take the center stage and you can be the reason that they even showed up to begin with. You could be the cause for the next world leader, a really good world leader, one that actually brings peace on earth. So mote it be, However that related. Okay, let's pull now some oracle. We're still getting messages from your future self. Any advice, any insight, any additional love messages from, well, yourself? Oh, this card. What is it? Look forward. Yeah. You just got to keep looking ahead, okay? Just one step at a time. Do all things in moderation, yeah. Have some patience while you're pursuing, while you're trying new things, okay? You have a lot of brilliant ideas, I'm sure, but take your time with it. Understand that so much, remember, is happening behind the scenes, Pile 3. You don't even know. Go on. Nourishment while waiting. Okay, there's a little 5 in the corner here. Little number of change. So while we're transitioning, we're going to have to be patient as we're learning how to embody and how to think. New mentalities, new ways of being, new ways of feeding ourselves, new ways of communicating, new ways of showing up. We got to be very patient with ourselves in our progress of doing something that no one that you know thus far has been able to accomplish. Maybe no one on earth ever has yet to do whatever it is that you're setting out to do. Or maybe there's a multiple versions of it, but there's no one that can deliver it the way that you can, that can resonate with people the way that you can. nourish your own growth, physically, mentally, spiritually. There's a lot of self-love message here. We have unknown gift. Yeah, and again, things are happening in the background. They really are. You showing up, you speaking out, you putting out your melody into the world, okay, is a thing that's going to call in everything and all that you are seeking. It's very interesting because your future self that I'm tapping into here, pile 3, and you're more than welcome to check out any other piles for additional messages, of course. But your future self, you're kind of being a little sneaky with yourself. I just see your future self just looking back at you, smiling while you're freaking out, you know? Where it's just like, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to ruin the surprise. It's like your future self is planning a surprise birthday party for you, you know, and they're not going to tell you. They're not telling you specifically what's coming through. They're not telling you specifically what to do. They just know that you're going to be where you got to be as you got to be it. That's all they got to say. Hey, yo, be here at 6 o'clock so we can do this and this. But it turns out to be something brand spanking new just for you. And that's really nice. I like that. I mean, it kind of lacks the insight, I suppose, that you may want from this reading in the sense of like absolute clarity and guidance. So again, if you want something precise and concise just specifically for you, book with me at knmwitchery.com. Oh, did I mention that? We have interesting, me and Spirit, I guess, have a discount in January of 2026. So use the code NEW26 upon checkout, and you're going to get 26% off any and all of my readings right now. Ooh. Equanimity and harmony. Interesting, because I just heard write a book. Also noticing the birds here. There's a lot of communication. You're going to be able to build something that, like, it's interesting because as much as I want to tap in and pull more from your future self, this being a general reading it's refraining me from being able to do that precise and concise stuff because this is so specific and so unique and so organic to you that it just really wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't make sense. I'm gonna pull 3 more cards. We have the final messages here. We have gratitude. I'm not reading any of these in reverse. I was holding the deck in reverse. These whole things just flipped. Hello? Okay. Fun. This one really wanted to come out. And we have resistance. Interesting. Some resistance is okay, okay? I feel like some of that resistance, some of the delays, some obstacles, some curiosities, some like needs to go back and brainstorm and reshift. I mean, it is not easy to balance rocks upon each other, but once they are finally balanced, they can stay like that for a long time, okay? You gotta find that perfect pinnacle point, and sometimes divine timing, wherever that card went, I already put it away, it slows you down on purpose, okay? So your future self is just saying, slow down and just have some fun in the process, okay? Ooh, Vienna just came to mind. Slow down, you crazy child. So do. Apparently the lyrics escaped me just now, but nonetheless, your future self is looking upon you with a smile on their face, pile 3, going, oh, if only you knew. All you got to do is show up and pursue. The resistance is good. Don't fight the resistance. Take it as a blessing. That's spirit kind of slowing things down so that everything else in that background, that hurricane, so to speak, and this is a metaphor, please. I wish for no more destruction on this earth. Yes, You keep fluttering the transformation, you butterfly, as we need, okay? Understand that you are creating peace on earth in whichever area it is that you are hoping to create change in. No matter what it is, no matter how out of the box it is, no matter how judged it is, or how much you were silenced for it as a child, or even now, like you're reaching a new audience. You're reaching a new community. You are the leader that so many people need, because as silenced as you were by one group of people, there's another group of people that wished someone like you existed, and you do. You do. So keep pushing forward. Nourish yourself as you do. Have grace. Just practice patience. But otherwise, I heard my snaps. So that is Spirit's way of telling me the reading has been concluded. I do hope it served its purpose for you in any which way it was meant to. Let me know again with a comment down below, or just drop a little world so I know which reading you came from. You drop in a little sprinkle of your energy. Okay, I do welcome it. Please subscribe, because your energy is powerful AF. And again, if whatever it is that you're working on, please drop it. I'd love to support. I'd love to help. I'd love to, legit. Let's grow this community, okay? Let's push things forward. And yeah, that's it for me, y'all. If I don't see you in another pile, I do hope to see you in another reading. Thank you again for being here, and best of luck. Push forward. Have some fun, okay? Okay, peace. Yo and hello. Sorry, I was like chugging water. Pile 4, what's up? What it do, baby? Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. We're going to tippy tap into your present self just to learn if this vibe is aligned with what it is that you're seeking today. AKA, if this is your pile, you're more than welcome to check out another one or anything else on my channel. Ugh, can we just jump into this? Okay, if you want something precise and concise, canonwitchery.com. I do have a discount, new 26, if you're tuning in on January 26th. Only take what resonates and is for you, leave the rest for another, okay? Cool. Soul fan. I gotta be real with y'all. Oh, and I love that the sun just came out though, nonetheless. There seems to be an internalized distress that I'm picking up. Now this could be due to an abundance and an array of things. So all I'm going to say is you're approaching this meeting, this reading here, with your future self in a way that asks if you're assured your survival. If you're going, it's not a matter of if you're going to get where it is that you want in your life, it's if it's even friggin' possible for you. I feel like some of y'all might be starting from scratch. Now Drake's song, Started From the Bottom, Now We're Here, came up clairaudiently, so that may apply to whomst. But no, there seems to be either a great big obstacle due to whatever it may be. I mean, worldly matters considered, it again, possibilities here are endless based on the individual, so only ever take what is for you here. Because the Sun card came out, it's a big yes. Okay, so I at least just want to alleviate that big stress for you, Pal 4. I feel like whatever it is that you've got going on, it's yours, it's secret. I'm not digging into it, and again, it's kind of impossible. It's a general reading on YouTube after all, yeah. But there is a just an assurity that you need, I guess, is just the best way that I could put this. And as soon as you meet with your future self. They're giving you a hug to say, yes, we've made it. You're okay. You're safe. You're alive. It worked out better than you expected. Whatever that may be for you personally. Okay. Now, I think we should just dive into what this is. All right. I'm going to keep this here just as a little reminder. A little sunshine on the reading is never a bad idea, I believe. Let's first tap into when your future self is coming through. We're going to pull 3 cards, and in doing so, determine some, time frames. Do I want this card? I heard no. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I felt like a magic trick. It really wasn't. Spirit's being very specific with the shuffling. Give it time, it's in the works. Next month looks promising. And then we have 59. Someone might be afraid of like retirement or something. 59 is not retirement, but there is something about that just came through. Take what resonates. Again, I'm just going to put this here for now because you'll see it all visually a little bit better as I channel through here. Pile 4. The age 59, 35 might have something to do with it. It might literally just be 1 month's time of whatever it is that you're going to start noticing things start turning in your favor. Give it time, it's in the works. There is no more time. I'm going to pull another card because here's the thing, okay? When it comes to your future self, now of course the age groups within here will range as well, but you might just be throwing yourself a little bit too far into the future and already catastrophizing, like having like a near death almost experience, like a premeditated or something. There is a moth that wants to get out of my room. Let me help it. Also an interesting little metaphor and sign of what's going on here, but where you go, friend? There you are. Perfect. That was a quick catch and release too. So there might be a transformation, something within you that you might be avoiding, but as soon as you just give it attention, it's just gonna be a quick grab and go, okay? There's something that you're catastrophizing, pal, for, okay? I gotta call a spade, take what resonates, okay? Don't shoot the messenger and keep on listening. It may just keep resonating with you, okay? If we think too far into the future, how we're going to be, okay, say you're making, this might be controversial, a decision to never have children, okay? And somebody solicits just advice that when you're old, you're gonna be alone, right? And that plants a seed that if you wait too long, now there's no more time for you to know what it means to have a fulfilling life or to develop a community and friendship and family outside of knocking out your own children, okay? There's no need for that, okay? Because you can still action towards the life that you want, even if something is pivoted. There seems to have been some sort of massive change for you, okay? So I'm not going to say that the world is ending type of feeling that I'm pulling out from you is unwarranted or unjustified, as I'm sure it is. Again, I don't know you personally here. So again, knwitchery.com. Time is frozen. Yeah, it's like, Okay, 55 is a time of change. There could be something about your late 50s. Maybe the 50s around someone in your family as well. I do just want to throw this out there. To whom it may apply, maybe a parent or someone was lost in and around these ages, the mid to late 50s. And you're wondering if that's kind of your fate or something too. I did hear just no, but I'm also not going to answer this question. This is, again, just something that I feel you're coming in this meeting with your future self with like some like deep ass freaking questions, dude. Like, I genuinely feel like you just want to know that you're going to be okay. Yes. Yes, you are. Okay. The Judgment card is right underneath here. You got to really work on your self-worth and the way that you choose to show up in life. Okay. Easier said than done. I'm not at all dismissing difficult emotions or depressions and things like that. I too have seasonal depression. Mine actually hits more so in the summertime. And this is the very first year in 2025, actually, that I didn't have this dread, this doom, this time is frozen. I'm just going to freeze, dissociate, etc., and be miserable. No, I accepted that this life, this existence is still my own. And I can choose to make the best of what I can and show up. And lo and behold, that's made a difference in some people's lives. What difference can you make? There are certain things that are inevitable in life, okay? We can't run from certain things. There's some things that are fated to be experienced in this human experience. So focus on what you can. Let's maybe look at the next 35 days or so. And just take it step by step. Reground yourself, reposition yourself, okay? I'm giving something 3 to 5 months here. Bottom of the deck, what do you mean? Oh, 3 months from now, perfect. Okay, so there's something about 3 to 5 months. If you choose to work on some mindset changes, again, easier said than done. I am also, by the way, trained, certified, etc., very talented in hypnotherapy, as well as neuro-linguistic programming. So if you would like some coaching, some help with unconscious based work, emotional grounding, recalibrating, safely being able to work through whatever it is that you got to go through, okay? I'm more than happy to have a consultation with you. They are free. Everything is available at canonwitchery.com, okay? You can get to know me, ask me whatever it is that you want. We'll learn if I am the right fit for you, okay? Because I do not accept everybody. I want to be fair for, you know, everyone to know that if this is something I can in fact assist you with or not. So let's meet for anyone who needs that, okay? Just know that resources are absolutely available. Whether through me or anyone else, pile 4, it's okay to ask for help wherever needed, okay? It may not be comfortable to do so, but we don't have to catastrophize, respectfully when I say that. And we could take it step by step, and we can overcome, okay? Because y'all are working through some burdens, and I can feel that. So you would have clicked away by now, pile 4, if you weren't going through something heavy, something that you're holding in. So let's dive into more, okay? I'm hearing from here, from the top. Okay, so let me look at my little cheat sheet here. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Little butt crack. This 9 of Wands energy. I feel like something was taken from beneath you. You know what this is reminding me of this? It's like someone took like the cloth and like pulled it out from underneath you, and then everything else just got a mess. It's like someone maybe stole something that was hard worked on. It could be, I'm just going to throw this out there to whom it may apply, maybe there was like a sporadic layoff or a firing, unanticipated loss of income. or something was like stolen from you, credit was taken. It could be unexpected divorce to whom it may apply, or like a separation. Somewhere where you feel like you were not given what is really owed for you. Maybe someone had in fact passed away and their will or something financial. This is very interesting what's all coming through. Let me see what else is. Okay, so we have the 9 of, what's the minuta again? Minuta, I'm so English. And by English, I mean Canadian. Okay, Pentacles. Okay, so we got the 9 of Pentacles, so that's good. We have the Knight of, I believe these are swords, yes. We have the 7 of Cups. I know that imagery anywhere. We have the Pope, aka the Hierophant. We have the 5 of Swords. Ooh, and we have the 2 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so first things first, future self is coming through to say, okay, it's all working out in your favor, meaning, yes, there must have been some deceit, something like a rug was pulled from underneath you, as I'm saying. There's something about that specific analogy, just something being pulled and everything just falling. Something that you've worked really hard on. Your plans changed. I feel like there was like an abrupt switch. To whom it may apply, it may also be that you perhaps maybe like your visa got denied or something. Like there is like a great grand transformation of your physical reality that kind of threatened your stability for a hot second. And whoever reads tarot, by the way, because I just heard this question come through, I'm an intuitive reader. I just want to put that out there because someone questioned where and how the heck I'm getting that from these cards. I'm channeling through an abundance of different messages. So when I relate the messages to specific cards, I'll also mention that too, okay? Thanks, sorry to clarify. But again, intuitive reader again. Okay, cool, thanks. Now let me get back on track here. So a rug was pulled from underneath you. There was some sort of past maybe neglect or betrayal or something that this sparked, okay? It may not be at all related to it, but there was always like a fear of things just not working out, or I feel like the thing that you really tried to work hard to avoid, like marriage, right? Like you go into this union with the belief that you're gonna grow old and die with this person, you know, like happily ever after type vibes, and yet divorce happens, or you know, the premature death happens. Unfortunately, death is a big one in this group here, so my condolences. Please let me know if there's any way that I may be of assistance. I do apologize, group 4, for me to constantly feel as though I'm like selling or like telling you about my services here, but I just want you to know that their resources are available, okay? And sometimes they could be right in front of you. And even if you never book with me, okay, that's totally fine. I believe the message here is that help is right there. And as soon as you accept that help, okay, and you're going to stop being resistant to that help, knowing that not everyone is going to betray you, not everyone is going to neglect you or throw it all in your face or rip it underneath you or take credit from you. Like there's something like that that's going on, or like I feel like you're always bracing for loss, Pile 4, okay? And as someone who actually used to deal with this type of limiting belief, right, where it's like I can't enjoy something for too long because it was like the narrative of like I can't have nice things, right? It's like something's always taken away, or like disasters happen and everything is like destroyed, or like whatever, or like, you know, like things happen that are out of our control that do maybe have us be more prone to unexpected and unprecedented change and things like that, right? But I find those, and this is my positive spin on this scenario based on my experiences with this, right? There are many of us whom are not meant to have an average life, right? Whether that is by choice or by some sort of universal design, whatever it is that we want, sometimes we do get stuck in a crossroads. We do get stuck in positions of lack or loss of control. But we can choose to show up. We can just, I think for you is just to choose to show up. Some of y'all might be really working through a lot of very deeply emotional, I'm here, okay? I'm giving you my resource. Please DM me on Instagram or anything. Any of my links are down below. All right, well, I'm just going to respectfully wipe that energy out. Not to take them out, but to reshift and refocus on more positive messages here. If we choose life, if we choose to stay here, okay, if we choose to keep fighting, if we just give it time, if we just perhaps maybe let go of that dread, the catastrophizing, the belief that what's the point, right? If we move through that and we accept the help that is right in front of us, okay? Knowing and trusting that our past will help us discern who and what is right for us, because you've acquired that knowledge, yes? You're going to very quickly accumulate the wealth and the stability that is that you require, okay? And then it's going to have you become much more comfortable in asking for help. I think that y'all got to go through some like rejection therapy or something, you know, some practices of being rejected or asking for like the most absurd things with the intention to be rejected, but like allowing that to also surprise you, where the yeses just might show up out of nowhere, you know? And if we stay committed to just that, if we do more things that are uncomfortable, we're going to be able to acquire way more than expected, right? Even if that does eventually come at a loss, right? Because this Two of Swords is in reverse. So whatever it is that we've acquired, there might be some sort of loss, but the Two of Swords speaks on some form of needing to go internalizing. Hold on, let me rephrase what it is that I was just saying, because what? We are to go inward. Listen to our intuition. Be able to discern trauma, fear, anxiety from God, intuition, the right path, quote unquote. And we work on our mindset. That is said and done. I believe that a lot of the mishap and inconveniences, people kind of flaunting some form of stability or making promises and then turning out to steal from you behind your back or something, okay? Something was taken from you, something was stolen from you, something. You are going to get it all back, okay? And this physical reimbursement of all that you've lost can only return if you choose to work on accepting it in the best way. Love, life, happiness. Yes, people hurt you. Yes, horrible things have happened. Yes, things, circumstances, life. Yes to all of it. Yes. Two truths can exist, okay? We can still find hope. We can still choose life. We can still look at what is gone and remember that we're still here. And we can choose to make the best of this experience. I am a psychic medium. I connect with souls whom have passed on naturally, and I do this with such a humble heart, because the privilege that I have in my position is to hear firsthand from spirit their regrets. How people regret the things that they never said, never did, never traveled to, never took extra time to consider. The words they left unspoken, the actions they left undone, the priorities that they mismanaged. As a human, channeling into that, it reminds me that I have the privilege, the opportunity to perhaps transition from this lifetime without those same regrets, or at least a lot less of them. You look back on your life and you go, damn, that was worth it. You can make it worth it. You could choose any time. It doesn't matter if you're already up there in age. It's but a number. It's a perspective. Sure, you may not be physically able to do certain things. Okay, stop fighting me on it, Power 4. What can you do? Even if it means just plopping somewhere in a completely different scene. Or maybe the same scene that you maybe make some changes around. I feel like some of y'all also gotta like move around your furniture. Swap things around, do a little something. Something's gotta change. Take control of what you can and what you have, right? Like sometimes that transition, that environment change doesn't mean that you have to pick up and move to a different country or anything. Sometimes it could be as simple as you moving the couch from one side to the other and opening up the room in a different way, or dividing things up, or, you know, feng shuiing that shit. And then suddenly energy flows differently. Maybe the sun shines in a little bit more. Maybe you got to open up your blinds, let the sun in. Up your doses of vitamin D by a lot. You can't OD on vitamin D, just saying. But whatever, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just going to say that too. But anyways, just gotta cover my ass on here. This is the internet after all. Okay, you're going to have more options of stability than you've even bargained for, okay? Those options can be a little bit overwhelming. You can, in a way, start talking yourself out of a good thing. I recommend you not do that, okay? Say yes to those who can offer you stability, who can offer you grace, who can lead you towards your healing and all, and understand that at this point, you already can discern, okay? This being in reverse is a really good sign for me because you're not stuck between some sort of crossroads, confused whether or not this is right for you, or you should trust this person or not. It's a matter of like, yes, actually, I can identify what and whom is good for me. So I know what to say yes to and I know what to say no to. And pushing forward and doing that. I think that, how far I would love to let you know that you're about to walk into a brand new era. I think this dread of death, for example, could be an ego death, right? Sometimes we end up catastrophizing our own realities and wanting to end it all, because there is a big part of us that is dying, that needs to change, that's having their phoenix rising moment. It does not mean that you are to self-terminate. Love, please stay, okay? And again, use your resources. I'm only a click away if you're ever open to it. And as soon as you choose to stay, you're going to become unrecognizable. It's like you're... I mentioned that this was the first year I waltzed out of a massive depressive episode that I used to have since I was a child, okay? I had ideations and things like that since forever. I'm just trying to keep it light because this is a YouTube video and I was probably already flagged. But what I'm saying here is it was so weird to experience a very traumatic time of the year which a lot of, I guess, was like dissociated from too, because I can't recollect it, but my body definitely feels it. It braces for impact, right? I mean, welcome to PTSD, but it was like a breath of friggin' fresh air. It was so weird. I didn't have that dark cloud over me. I wanted to stay. I found a reason, I found a purpose. And a lot of that actually was through building community, was through saying yes, was through going through rejection therapy, was through showing up. Right? I started posting on social media a few years ago. I started to be authentic. I started to share about my psychic abilities, as crazy as it was. And I welcomed all of the judgments. I still do, you know, if they happen. I mean, people call me all kinds of things. That's okay. I don't care anymore, because I know that I've already created enough positive change and impact in this world with the people that I had been able to connect with, that in exchange helped to change my life for the better too. Like, I don't care if people reject me. I don't care if people judge me anymore. I don't care. I'm fully myself, and I'm bravely doing that. And the opposite of depression is expression. Soul fam. It's the breakthrough towards your truest authentic self. Those who break through, even if temporarily, offering each other grace in the human experience, okay? Through our lowest, right? When we hit rock bottom and we break through that, we hit a layer of ourselves that's closer to our essence. Because ascension, and this is where a lot of people get wrong, and I think that when it comes to you, Pal 4, and where I can relate to, is ascension is not about going, you know, up the spiritual ladder and going up these different dimensions and things like that, and all. It's actually about peeling back the onion layers back to yourself, through all of the traumas, through all of those limiting beliefs and things like that. And some people in this lifetime are meant to like kind of speed through that shit, okay? I just heard Scorpio, you know, Scorpio energy, yeah. What's it called? Pluto, Scorpio generation. Holla, yeah, that's me too. Gang, gang. So we're here to literally experience a lot of that and transmute it, okay? And even if you're not part of that generation, that's okay. You're still here to transmute the most difficult things. And you know that god-awful friggin' phrase, I hate it personally, but like I get it at the same time, where, you know, like God only gives you his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers, or whatever that thing goes. And it's like, I'm tired of fighting. I don't want to be strong anymore. And yet you are, soul fam, okay? I think it's just about time that you accept that, okay? And as soon as you do, you will breathe life back into you. And you're going to see why it all kind of had to happen. Not that all things have to have a reason either, but you're going to make the best out of the situation, and you're going to realize your own whys, even if you have to make them up to make your situation better. But it has to be a choice. Happiness is a choice. It's not a destination. But happiness is never the absence of reality either. That's why it feels so unattainable for so many people. Like, I don't know how to be happy. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're just uncomfortable with the duality that often still comes with it. Your ability to hit your lows is equal to the highs that you're able to embrace and feel as well. As above, so below, friends. You gotta let yourself get up there though, you know? So you got some work ahead of you, but your future self is coming in with a promise of a better tomorrow. And it could just be as simple as 30 days. Maybe you got to disconnect from social media. Maybe you got to do some meditations, or heck, just go for like a 15-minute walk every single day. Change your environment, leave your phone, go hug a tree. I don't know. It could be as simple as that. We don't have to overcomplicate it. We really don't. Because as soon as you do, I'm telling you, like life, opportunity, stability, it's going to flood in. You're going to be like, oh my God, all of these options, everything's falling into place. Like, you know, and yeah, some things are still going to happen in the background. Okay. I'm not going to say that there isn't going to ever be any sort of lack of betrayal or misunderstanding or like something. Okay. But if and when it does happen, it's going to be cut off and crossed out so easily and so quickly that like it won't really impact you. It's just going to be part of your story. You're going to be like, ah, this again. I recognize these patterns. Bye, Felicia. Okay. I'm going to keep this out. We're going to pull some oracle cards for you. From your higher self. Get some additional messages here. Interesting I said higher self and not the future self, but nevertheless. Oh. Stretch my leg here. Some crisscross applesauce on my couch. Really comfy, but definitely need to stretch. Be open to love. How beautiful. Paris might be significant to you for some reason. I gotta admit your vulnerabilities. I was told to stop. I was gonna shuffle some more, but Spirit's like, nope. Whatever. Okay. Let's go with this one. Be open to love. Admit your vulnerabilities. Be open to love. Yes, honestly. Ugh. Y'all are battling the big D. You can feel it, and you can overcome it, okay? You can. The deck is upside down. We have Master Manifester. Okay, we got 3 cards. We have small steps, big accomplishments, as well as you are about to shine. I heard stop. Okay, so there are no other oracles you want me to pull out? Interesting. I heard The Power of Now, so that's a really great book. Recommendation for those who have never read it yet, by Eckhart Tolle. Small steps, big accomplishments. You know what this is giving me? Y'all ever watch Finding Nemo? It's a bunch of turtles here that teach a lesson to a small fish around letting go and having faith and just trusting the currents of life and letting them guide you, knowing that you are in control. If you instill a greater belief in yourself with that type of mentality and mind, Soul Fam, you're going to be able to accomplish more than you've ever imagined yourself. Everything, rather, that you've ever imagined yourself and you wanted in this lifetime will, in fact, be obtainable, okay? Your survival is no longer in question. It's a matter of, do you want it? And the answer might be, well, obviously I do, you know, but you gotta be open to that, because that will require love. That will require faith. That will require you choosing to see the good in this lifetime too. If you want goodness and greatness, you can't only walk around with the belief that it's rare, it doesn't exist. Like, I know true love exists because I exist. I know true kindness exists because I exist. I became the adult that I needed as a child. I did that. Someone like me needed to exist out there. And I get to pay that forward. And that person that I needed, that I became, receives a lot of thanks from people that were looking for someone just like me. And I helped them become someone just like them and pay that forward. You know, and it just keeps the ball rolling, and the world becomes a more beautiful place little by little. Not everyone, of course. I wish, but better. And moreover, when we really work on the right mindsets here, we start perceiving life differently too. The evil, the darkness, it somehow dims. We end up lighting candles in those places and we shine. We become the light in the room. So much light, in fact, that darkness can't even touch us anymore. Shadows may exist, yes, because wherever there is light, there is inevitably a shadow, and yet it can't touch you because you are the light. And yes, you will attract moths to your flame, okay? There's something very powerful about you. Pile 4. And it attracts a lot of narcissists, it attracts a lot of trouble. It can. It can. And guess what else it could attract? More light, more love. You're the sun. You are the sun. You are. My only sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray. Oh, I wish I could have my voice back, please. My throat is still like mangled and like hella dry and everything from like winter, and I had like a sinus thing. And now I'm dealing with like the cough and the... Anyways, point is, I miss singing. Anyways, your future self sends you a really big, big, big hug. One day you're going to be able to tell your story, how you found your light, and you're going to learn the difference that it made. And for now, I think all you need is a really big hug. When your future self gives you that big hug, big, big, big hug, you're gonna survive. Spoiler. It's gonna be really great. It's contingent on your choice to make it that great though, and you can do it. Your future self says, yes, you'll survive this, you'll overcome this, you're going to accomplish it, and it's going to require you to rebuild yourself and flow and choose love and be open to it. Trusting that you've learned enough, that you are protected. No matter what betrayal, no matter whatever happened to you in the past, you're gonna come out on top. Yes! And again, the timeline was like so soon. So don't worry about your older self, okay? Worry about right here and right now, and make your older self, that future self, the one that like you're like afraid to be for whatever reason, you know, that we brought up in the past that we hopefully worked through in this reading together. Focus more on right here and right now. Make the future bright by choosing to do that. Share your art, share your words, share your story. You don't even have to show your face. You could use an alias. There's a different multitude of ways to be able to share and express and build a community and whatever it is that you may personally be seeking, while still remaining safe and hidden if you must. But again, expression is the opposite of depression. So talk to someone. And again, use your resources, please. And thank you. Pile 4. I am going to end this here. I did hear my snap. So major hugs from me to you, from all versions of you to you as well. Pile 4. If you stayed this far, please drop a sunshine. Okay? You share that light, and please just reach out to me if you ever need it, okay? Even just to say hi or to let me know that you're from this pile. And again, learn to ask for help, and maybe, right? We were talking about that before. Sorry, I know I said that your reading is over. It's just the more you ask, the more you shall receive, okay? Some things may not be the greatest for you. Some things may reject you. Some things you yourself may reject. And yet the more that you choose to show up, the more you will receive. And you will receive. The years of it being completely taken away from you are over. You're taking control over your life because you can, and you have, and you are. You gotta choose to do that, okay? Okay, I love you so much. I hope to see you really soon. Please subscribe, join the Soul Fam tribe. Check out another pile if you resonate with that and or another video. And I hope to see you again soon. Peace.